The headlines: Bandits abduct 5 university students in Katsina, 1 suspect arrested. More bodies recovered in Kebbi boat accident. FCT 19 states to bring back use of face masks as diphtheria cases hit 8,604. From the international scene, Congo opposition leader Katumbi signs up for presidential race. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Update. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thank you for joining us, and now the details. 5 female students of the Federal University Dutse-Ma in Katsina State have been abducted by suspect bandits or suspected bandits. The students were kidnapped in their residence off campus located along Saskia Road. Earlier, our reporter in the state, Abdullahi Yamadi, gives an update on the situation.
Well, according to reports, the 5 female students kidnapped are from Kano and Nasarawa states, and 2 of them are in their final year. One of the students of the university told me that it is not certain whether the other 3 students are not in their final year. However, as at the time of filing this report, there was no information concerning the situation of the abductees, as their captors did not make any call to ask for ransom or make any demands. Students confirmed that following the kidnap incident at the Federal University in Gusau of Zamfara State, the Furthermore authorities have instructed that all their students should ensure that they remain indoors from 10 p.m. daily. The head of the public relations unit of the university, Habibu Umar Aminu, confirmed that the incident happened around 2 a.m. on Wednesday, and efforts were ongoing to rescue the victims. On the side of the police, the spokesman in Katsina, ASP Sadiq Aliu Abubakar, told me that 1 person suspected to be an informant to the terrorist was arrested. He added that some other people were also arrested for involvement in the abductions of the female students. Aliu also maintained that there were coordinated efforts to rescue the students unharmed because they don't want to engage the terrorists head-on. There are some tactical maneuvers that are required to rescue the kidnapped victims.
In a bid to enforce law and order in Nigeria's capital, the operatives of the FCT command of the Nigerian police have arrested several suspects alleged to have committed crimes ranging from kidnapping, armed robbery, cultism, among others within the city. The FCT Commissioner of Police, while parading the suspects at the command's headquarters, revealed that 14 suspects have been arrested for committing various crimes. Noel Samson has more.
Those paraded for wreaking havoc on residents in the nation's capital include armed robbery suspects, many of whom are ex-convicts, kidnappers, and persons known as one-chance operators who pretend to be genuine drivers but specialize in dispossessing unsuspecting passengers of the valuables. Items recovered from them include firearms, explosives, mobile phones, point-of-sales machine, also known as POS, and 36 bags of leaves suspected to be in their hand.
Acting on intelligence, police operatives from Kabusa Division trailed and arrested one Adam Idris, aka Idi, a wanted and also a notorious kingpin responsible for a series of kidnapping around Gagadimawa and Apu, Lokogoma and Kabuza Aziz. On 26 September 2023, in the spirit of synergy and collaboration with other sister security agencies, Brigade of Guard handed over one Abraman Abdullahi of Kaduna State to Police Command. The suspect and 6 others came all the way from Kaduna in a Hilux vehicle to perpetrate crime here in FCT.
The FCT Commissioner of Police revealed that the command had over 10 cases of alleged disappearance of male organs across the territory and the escalating incident of mob actions by irate youths.
14 suspects so far who claimed their male organ had disappeared were taken to the hospital, where the medical doctor confirmed that the male organ is intact and active.
Some of the suspects spoke of their involvement in the crime they accused them of.
And they inside market, I see police come arrest me.
What thing you do before police arrest you? Police not just see you for market arrest you.
Yes, sir.
What thing you do?
My brother Mohammed Karim go arrest person.
Arrest? You go arrest? I don't understand arrest.
In carry and go bush.
Bush?
Yes, sir.
So meaning you kidnap?
Yes, sir.
Out of my profession, I will drive, like sometimes they will stop, like we'll carry one person.
Thank you.
They're asking for phone or money. After that, they will not drop him or her.
We pick passing. We drive and see if we are loading.
Just which area? How?
We specify an area of like Maraba down to AYA. This AYA axis. So like we are loading passengers. So when we pick, we don't take more than one.
To get rid of crime and criminality in the FCT, the commissioner appeals to residents to collaborate with the police through information sharing. Noel Samson, Trust TV News, Abuja.
The police in Adamawa State have arrested a 36-year-old man, Jafar Adamu, for allegedly raping his neighbor's wife in the Hong local government area. This is contained in a statement signed by the spokesperson of the command, SP Suleiman Yahaya Ngoroje in Yola on Wednesday. Yahaya Ngoroje said the suspect was arrested on September 15th. He said the suspect, who wore a face mask, raped the 23-year-old wife of his neighbor in Angwan Diocese, Kala'a in Hong. Added that the rapist was unfortunate as his face mask fell off during the act and he was recognized by the victim. He said the police are currently investigating the matter, adding that the accused will be prosecuted. 3 more bodies from the boat accident on Monday morning between Aguara local government area of Niger State and Yawuri, Kebbi State have been recovered by local divers. The Acting Director General, Niger State Emergency Management Agency, Garba Salihu, disclosed this to Daily Trust on Wednesday, saying the recovery of 3 bodies brings the death total to 7. He said the search operations is still ongoing to recover the bodies of remaining victims from water. Earlier, Daily Trust reporter in Niger State, Abubakar Akote, sent in an update.
On the latest boat mishap in Agora local government area of Niger State, between yesterday and today, 7 more bodies have been recovered from water by local divers, and the identities were given by the Niger State Emergency Management Agency. While the Director General Niger State Emergency Management Agency, Garba Salihu, said rescue operation was ongoing to recover the remaining bodies. He was not, however, optimistic if the remaining victims will be alive, because as of this morning they have spent almost 3 days in water. So he was not sure if they will be rescued alive. However, between September 2nd and October 2nd, and 53 lives have been lost in Niger State in different boat mishap in 4 local government areas of Niger State. Monkwa local government topped with 30 victims, mostly women and children, followed by Borogu, where 2 incidents led to deaths of 10 farmers. Agora local government also came third, while also in Shiro local government 2 incidences happened within the month.
That was Abubakar Akote giving updates on the boat mishap that happened between Agwara and Yawuri local government areas of Niger and Kebbi states. In Kaduna State, Governor Obasani has lamented the number of out-of-school children in the state, which he put at 680,000. Noting that the figure is alarming and unacceptable, Governor Sani urged all stakeholders to support the government to help reverse the trend for the state to make meaningful progress in the fight against insecurity, illiteracy, and building a better future. The governor was speaking during a meeting with senior citizens and elders from Kaduna State to brief them on the activities of his administration so far. He said that his administration has embarked on the construction of over 62 new secondary schools through a $28 million Kuwait fund to address the classroom deficit in Kaduna State. Governor Sani also highlighted the current challenges of insecurity in the state and the urgent need for all hands to be on deck. As diphtheria spreads further across the country, the federal government has urged the affected 19 states to reinforce the use of face masks. The executive director of the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, the NIFDA, Dr. Faisal Shoaib, gave the advice while describing diphtheria as an airborne disease and can be reduced by adopting non-pharmaceutical interventions such as the use of face masks, hand washing, and physical distancing from affected persons. Shoaib said Kano, Yobe, Katsina, Borno, Kaduna, and Bauchi are bearing the brunt of the outbreak, accounting for a staggering 97% of all reported cases, while Kano alone carries the weight of over 84% of the cases, making it the epicenter of the outbreak, which occurs more in children aged 1 to 14 years. Meanwhile, the Nigerian Center for Disease Control, the NCDC, said as of October 3rd, 2023, there had been 19,000 or 13,204 reported suspected cases, out of which 8,406 were confirmed cases from 114 local government areas in 19 states, including the FCT. You're watching News Updates on Trust TV. Coming up, we'll take a look at ministerial nominee revived after slumping at screening. This and more after the break. Stay with us.
It was never a consensus. We did all our best. You see, in politics, you give your contribution to the best of your ability.
If you want, I'll forward to you this statement. You go to this bank and verify.
But there are people who say not spending money is not about you in itself.
Let me finish.
But there's so much to be done.
Let me finish. Now, you don't allow me to explain myself.
The recent development shows abductions are now a factor of informants embedded in community.
It's not about the people of Katsina to say that, no, during my administration I was able to stop insecurity. No, it's about collective responsibility for all of us.
And what we should ask ourselves is not what has been seen, is the life better? Are there more people who are unemployed who are not become employed? Is the level of corruption has gone down? Is there inclusion? All those issues.
We're actually a gas country with associated oil. Our focus has always been on oil, that we have never paid significant attention to gas.
To do it effectively, we need to have honest conversation with ourselves. Government needs to come down from its high horse and communicate with the people and build trust.
There must be a solution. We cannot continue this way. They must come back to the table and agree. So whose child will do deny education? All these children that sit for jam, they want to go to higher institutions.
But just a short while ago you were saying that why bring 10 children when you cannot cater for them? So why bring more universities when you cannot cater for the existing?
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is News Update on Trust TV. Here's a recap of our top stories. We brought you bandits abduct 5 university students in Katsina, 1 suspect arrested. And more bodies recovered in Kebbi boat accident. Moving on to more stories, the House of Representatives on Wednesday called on the Inspector General of Police, the IGP, to launch an immediate and thorough investigation into the alleged police brutality and extrajudicial killing of a pregnant woman and a tricyclist in the Oshodi Isolo 2 area of Lagos. The House also urged the IGP to ensure that those responsible face the full wrath of the law. It urged the relevant security agencies to provide adequate security measures and personnel to safeguard people in Oshodi Isolo constituency. The resolutions followed the adoption of a motion of urgent public importance by Rep. Jesse Okejo. Moving the motion, the lawmaker informed the House of the recent incident involving police and LASMA officials, during which school children, a pregnant woman, and a tricycle driver lost their lives. He informed the House that the officials were chasing and dragging a steering with a moving car, which lost control in the process, leading to death of the woman and tricyclist, while 2 children were injured in the process. He said the recent spate of violence and attacks by the police and LASMA officers have created a state of insecurity in Oshodi Isolo that threatens not only their lives but also their livelihoods. A ministerial nominee, Balarabe Lawal, who slumped while being screened by the Senate on Wednesday, has been revived. The nominee, who fell to the floor after speaking for about 15 minutes, was resuscitated by medical personnel called into the chamber after he slumped. A source in the Senate disclosed that the nominee was suffering from exhaustion. The Senate had gone into a closed-door session while efforts were being made to revive him inside the chamber. His screening is most likely to continue following his revival. Earlier, Lawal slumped while being screened by the Senate.
Sir, can you say water, give water and sugar, get sugar and water. Is there where is Dr. Wale? Can the camera see it immediately? Can we have a closed session? Will the cameraman please leave us? Will the cameraman please leave us?
In the meantime, the Senate has confirmed the nomination of Balarabe Lawal from Kaduna, Jamila Bio Ibrahim from Kwara, and Ayodele Olawande from Ondo as ministers. Majority of senators supported their confirmation in a voice vote immediately after their screening exercise on Wednesday during plenary. There are divergent views by many Nigerians about the performance and impact of the Tinubu administration on the state of affairs 4 months in, as socio-economic conditions continue to worsen following the removal of fuel subsidy. The targeted palliatives designed to cushion the effect of subsidy removal is having little or no impact on many residents in Kano, who argued that the government needs to do more. Idris Jibrin reports.
100 days and counting. That is the duration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in office. One may say it's too early to measure the performance of the president. but not according to these people who troop into the market on a daily basis to buy foods. It is the subsidy removal that further complicates things for most Nigerians. However, within the last 100 days, Tinubu says he has saved over 1 trillion naira from the subsidy, but residents in Kano are yet to start feeling the impact.
We are not coping very well. The current situation is very hard, we are not even coping well. But we are just thanking God.
Things are getting out of hand. What we believe that this new government will give to us is no longer what we are seeing. This is just his 100 days in office and things are like this. I will still have more 3 years and 200 and something days to go. So the things are not going well.
Across the commercial city of Kano, fuel is now sold at between 650 naira to 700 naira per litre. In order to ease the suffering of the poor, some philanthropists are subsidizing the price to as low as 415 naira per litre.
It was a call from Her Excellency that government alone cannot do everything, so you should help people around you. So that is why this Good Samaritan decided to help people around him, that is Nigerians, with palliative of fuel for the whole Nigeria. So we flagged off last week in Maiduguri and Abuja for North Central and Port Harcourt for South. And yesterday we were in Lagos. So now we are here in Kano.
In a recent news conference, the APC Amalgamated Support Group in Kano assured that the current hardship is only temporary and that there is renewed hope for national development. Now, with hundreds of people rushing to a filling station like this to buy less expensive petrol, the price of food items and other essential commodities continue to skyrocket. Concerns are growing that things may likely continue to get worse. Idris Jubrin, Trust TV News, Kano.
From the international scene, the Congolese opposition leader Moise Katumbi has filed his candidacy to run for president in December polls, during which President Felix Tshisekedi will seek re-election for a second term in office, his party said on Wednesday. Katumbi, a millionaire businessman and former governor of the copper-rich Katanga region, will also be competing against Martin Fayulu, who came second in the last election, and Nobel Prize-winning gynecologist Denis Mukwege, among others. Tshisekedi, the son of Congo's long-term opposition leader Etienne Tshisekedi, had a turbulent first term embroiled in economic hardship, disease outbreaks, and a surge in militia attacks in the east. His ensemble for La République party will reveal a program in the coming weeks that it says will aim to restore security, create jobs, and improve social services. While Tshisekedi came to power promising to end decades of political repression and corruption, rights groups, the international allies and rivals accuse him of being just as repressive as his predecessors. And finally, in sports, the Rivers United will know their opponents in the CAF Confederation Cup group stage on Friday. The Confederation of African Football, the CAF, announced the date following the completion of the qualifying rounds across the continent. Rivers United defeated Etoile Filante of Burkina Faso 2-0 on Sunday in the second leg of the second preliminary round of the competition at the Adokie Amesimaka Stadium to secure qualification to the group stages. The former Nigerian Premier Football League champions reached the quarterfinal of last season's CAF Confederation Cup, where Young Africans of Tanzania eliminated them. The Pride of Rivers are the only Nigerian club that made it to the group stage of the competition following the elimination of Bendel Insurance by RS Berkane of Morocco. No Nigerian club have won the competition in the past. And with that, we wrap up News Update on Trust TV. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms. You can join our YouTube live stream for more news programs and documentaries. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thanks for watching.